What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Richard and I'm the guy in the red suit. We are going to play 60 Seconds. It's a game about where you have to survive an atomic nuke. Last time we just had the drill, and this time we're going to have a real apocalypse. We try to survive as long as we can for several days. I think I need to feed and give them some water every 5 days. So let's play apocalypse because we've already done the drill. And start with normal mode, I guess. Begin. Soup can be stored for 737 days. I guess that's really long. Okay, so we need the radio. Okay, so it's my time. And there's the nuke. Padlock. Flashlight. Checkerboard. And into the bunker. Continue. Water. My wife, probably. A weapon? Can't pick up the weapon, but got some cards. And back to the shelter. Pick the weapon now. Okay, let's take the gas mask. And everything inside. Bug spray. Ammunition and soup. Okay, back. What's this? An axe? Some more soup? Let's pick the water. I don't have time for my children. Ah! Throw it inside? Okay, I can't. And get in! Okay. Yeah, sorry. My 2 children just got nuked, I guess. But I'm safe with my wife, so that's good. Some positive things. Day 1. Okay. I don't have a map, I don't have the med kit, and neither the suitcase. I have some water, 2 bottles and 1 big bottle, and I guess there's another one of soup behind her, and 5 cans of soup, and also I've got some checkerboard and some playing cards. Just the 2 of us. There wasn't enough time to get the kids, but surely this is just a drill and they are okay, right? I don't think so. When we opened the shelter door, we noticed some of the shelves were already stocked. We can't really say we recall putting all of these supplies here, but we are definitely going to put them to good use. 1 water. Perfect. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we are sure this is a good amount of supplies. It's perfect. So they don't need something because they've just eaten and drank outside, I guess? Let's try to survive this one. It's tough surviving in these conditions. Let's hope this will be over soon, or else we might end up dead in some wasteland ditch. That's not something we are looking forward to. Okay. Day number 2. Ted has already his 3-day beard. We're trying our best to remain calm. The situation we are in is far from normal, and we might never get used to it. We hope the help comes soon. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Ted is not complaining. Okay. They don't need something. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Okay, but I have the gas mask, so I prepare for scavenging tomorrow. We are not alone. There's a huge hairy bunny beast that seems to be hiding in one of the pipes. It's been poking its head out, eyeing our measly food stash. We can't let it get to it. We can't let it be in here when we sleep! Okay, so the bunny beast, I can shoot it or I can use the axe. I guess I use the axe because maybe I need my bullets. Okay, axe is still fine. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still top of the food chain. Good for us. Yeah. Okay, they don't need something. They are getting something on day 5. This is a good day to go outside, stretch a bit, get some fresh, toxic air, maybe scavenge a thing or two. We sure could use some extra supplies. That's if we want to survive. Okay, so let's send out my wife and give her the gas mask. So she doesn't breathe some toxic air. Day 4. Dolores is out. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Equipment 1 gas mask. Ted looks like he's got 1 foot into the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. No, you're getting it tomorrow. If Dolores is coming back on day 5, is she dying? Okay. We've been wondering what happened to Uncle Brian. He should have been far from where the bombs fell, but no one knows for sure. It would be great to find out. He always looked on the bright side of life, so maybe we should too. But it's not easy. Say, didn't we have a photo of him tucked away in one of the books at home? Yeah, but I forgot the book at home, so I can't use it. Day 5. Achievement unlocked. Yeah. And so, we are left with no photos, no news and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Ted looks like he's got 1 foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. Okay, that's what it says last time. Let's give him some soup and some water. We had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse, using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup, only they lost their way into the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. Yeah, I don't have the map with me. It's all upstairs. Go have a look at it and bring it back to me. Dolores is still not back. We couldn't contain our laughter, and our guests took offense. They ran off shouting that our ancestors were rodents and smelled like forest fruits. How rude. Yeah, too rude. Ted seems to be doing alright. Perfect. Nothing. We keep dreaming about those little things we did back in the day when there weren't as many bombs falling down. Not on our heads, anyway. Where's Dolores? And she's back, I guess. Yep, and she looks a little bit beaten. I think she needs water and food. Living in the past is not wise in our current situation. We need to think of today and tomorrow. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. With her gas mask. A pile of car wrecks revealed that we stumbled across a big parking lot. Almost no cars survived the blast wave, but we went between the wrecks to explore anyway. Under the burned remains of a picnic table we found some bottled water. Those bottles were not in the best state, but their contents looked perfectly drinkable. Good. It seems like the bomb interrupted someone's picnic. Thankfully, they were big fans of tomato soup, and the indestructible cans were scattered all around the parking lot. 2 cans of food, perfect. In one of the trunks we found a letter. Suitcase, it's almost untouched. We are a bit disappointed there was nothing inside, but the suitcase alone will do just fine. Okay. Dolores needs something to eat and drink, I guess. Ring ring. There we were, thinking we would never hear a telephone signal again, when suddenly a phone starts ringing from somewhere outside. We figured it's the phone booth across the street. Should someone go answer it? Yes, Ted. Can't send Dolores out, because she's just really tired from her scavenging, I guess. So let's send Ted. Day 8. Where's the military? To save us. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from their caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Ted came back and Dolores hasn't eaten for a while. Ted is fine. Day 10, boys. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems it's ringing right now. We should send someone out to answer it. Didn't we just answer the telephone? But yeah, I guess. Let's send Ted back out again. Day 9. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. Didn't we just had this? Something must have gone wrong on their side. We just had this. Okay. Let's continue. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Yeah, but let's prepare anyway, because we have the gas mask. It's so easy to escalate silly arguments, and close quarters doesn't help. We were chatting and suddenly we were fighting and fighting. Let's just hope we will get over this soon. Brrr. Day 10. There's nothing better than the quiet after the storm. Or was it the other way around? Dolores would really love something to eat, yes, and Ted gets something too. Day 10. Enough sitting around. It's time to visit the surface and look for some additional supplies. Maybe something survived the blast, maybe someone is still alive, let's find out. Yeah, and let's take Ted and give him this suitcase so I can carry more items. And the gas mask, oops. Gas mask. And a weapon. I think that's good. Okay, Ted, go outside. Day 11. Dolores would really love to eat something. Nope, you just got something. We always steered away from casinos, gambling, dens and the like. So when a man came to our door and told us he used to be a gambler, we were suspicious. He invited us to play a game. He proposed to a 2 water bottle bet in a card game of our choice. Okay, I still have, I don't know, 2 bottles? Is this 1 bottle? Ah, I can click it, okay. 7 bottles of water and 5 cans of soup, 1 rifle, and so on. So 7 water bottles. I think we can try to gamble our way to victory. And we won, I guess, because we just have more bottles of water. Haha, Lady Luck has smiled on us. We won a vicious game of war. The man wasn't too happy about it, but he delivered on his promise. 2 bottles of water. Dolores is doing quite well. Ted has to come back. A knock on the door is not something we take little these days. So when a man came to our doorstep today offering us highly profitable game of cards, we weren't convinced. Is a bet of 2 soup cans in a card game a reasonable choice in our situation? So the gambler is back and he wants some food cans. We just have 5. I guess that's not so much, but nah, let's not do it. Day 13. Ted is still outside. I hope he's good. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set the kids? Yeah, they are dead because I let them die, so that's also a bad example. We need supplies, but we are not getting them like that. We'd sooner rob someone. We sent that man away. Good riddance. Okay, water for Dolores, but she gets water in 2 days. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If we only had a chance to tune in some emergency radio broadcast and learn a thing or two. Let's use the radio to learn something. Maybe contact the military so they can get us out. I don't know. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside has mostly gone. Perfect. It should be much safer to travel to the surface now. Dolores would really like something to eat. Nope, tomorrow. The last thing we expected to hear while sitting in a fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who was clearly not a trumpet player and who had probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men enter, so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. Should we let them in? Am I rich? I don't know. I think I'm poor. Maybe they gave me something. And they took my flashlight. And my cards, come on. Those merry men were not merry at all. They told us that we were rich and that we should share with the other 99% of the wasteland. They grabbed a few things and left. We couldn't do anything to stop them. Their green clothes were too damn hypnotizing. Don't they have a weapon? Why didn't we shoot them? Come on. Dolores would really like something to eat. Yes, it's day 15. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we will have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. Yep, let's contact them. Beep, 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 beep. Ted is back, finally. We made contact, the military is out there and they are coming for us. All we need to do now is wait patiently. The soldier with the boring voice was very specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions and keep our radio working order. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to surface. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. We brought some strange looking people back to our doorstep. They claim to be wizards and are willing to trade useful supplies in exchange for a few weird trinkets. After hearing them out, we decided to look around our shelter for the items they wanted. Damn it, we really liked that suitcase. Well, it's gone now. Okay, he brought back the weapon and the gas mask and lost the suitcase. Great. And nothing else. Everything is okay with Dolores. Ted gets something to drink and eat because he missed it on day 15. We are not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Yes. Prepare for scavenge. Play a game, they said. It will be fun, they said. They never mentioned picking one would be so much trouble. Yeah, that's my daughter, I guess. She was playing upstairs, but now she's dead. Day 17. We played truth or dare. When it turned out we only kept asking questions and the most common was, are we going to eat anything besides tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. Okay, so we just have tomato soup, that's right. Dolores is fine and well. Ted's stomach is rumbling, but we don't give them something. Enough sitting around, it's time to visit the surface and look for some additional supplies. Maybe something survived the blast, maybe someone is still alive. Let's find out. Dolores, go out. And pick the gas mask. Day 18. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Yep, let's hope for that. We decided to peek outside for just a minute to see if the store around the corner was still standing. When we were about to step out, we heard a growl in the darkness and a pair of ferocious eyes appeared a feet away. We only had moments to decide what to do. Yeah, let's use the spray, the poison. And use it on the wolf? Insect killing spray can wipe out any mutated mosquito, as well as creatures lurking in the shadows. It didn't bother us again. Perfect. So that worked. Day 19. Where did that green puddle come from? Oh dear, a pipe is leaking green goo. That's not good. That's not good at all. We need to act now, and no one packed them up. What do we do? Nothing, because I don't have anything. So, day 20, they need something to eat and drink. And only Ted is here. We couldn't figure out, so we just assumed that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse, and decided to ignore it. We've been feeling a bit funny today though. Probably no connection to the pipe. None whatsoever. Okay, let's give him some food and soup. some water in the soup. We were never huge fans of mushrooms, but with a colony of them growing on one of the wars, we've changed our loyalties. We are all about mushrooms now. Should we eat them? I don't think we should eat mushrooms. We just have 4 cans of soup and that's enough, I hope. So no mushrooms for you, teddy boy. And Dolores is back and whoa ho ho, she brought a lot of shit back. We may be hungry, but there are just some things we will never eat. Wall fungus is one of them, yeah. We're glad to see Dolores back. 4 cans of soup. Most food on the shelves was outdated and rotten. A lot of eggs were smashed on the floor. Guess what? Soup cans don't expire until 2015. Good for us. 4 cans of soup. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. Shit. And gives Dolores something to eat and drink because she was outside. Today we found a letter from what seems to be other survivors. They claim to mean us no harm and want to get to know us better. They are asking to choose one person to represent us and come to a meeting tonight, unarmed. We are a bit worried, but they could be really friendly. Should we go? Yes, but both of them can't. Because they are too tired for going just outside to a meeting, I guess. Day 22. We might be passing up on a big opportunity here. We are gonna take our chances with the army instead. Our brave soldiers are the only ones that can be trusted in this wretched world now. Plus, we don't want to risk our lives in case this is a trap. Yes. The state of the wasteland remains unknown to us. Maybe we should risk and go out. After all, you only live once. YOLO, bitches! When Dolores came back from that expedition the other day, she had a tiny scratch on her leg. It didn't seem serious at the time, but right now it's quite a terrible sight. If we don't do anything about it, losing one leg will be a minor inconvenience in comparison to what might happen next. I don't have a medkit, so let's cut off that leg, I guess. Did it work? My axe is gone. If there was one thing we would never consider, it would be cutting off any part of Dolores with an axe. Not only would she object to this, she would probably take matters, and the axe, into her own hands. It was our best interest to avoid such a situation. We did use the heated axe blade to clean her wounds, and the infection seems to be fading away. The operation wasn't pretty though, and we damaged our axe, damn it. Okay, I can't go outside. Dolores hasn't eaten for a while. Ted is hungry. Yeah, one more day, boys. Quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. We won't know until we go out. Okay, let's prepare for scavenging. We had planned to go to the Niagara Falls and see those beautiful waterfalls. We never expected to get a waterfall of our very own in our shelter. Right now, it seems that half a dozen pipes burst and all that water is pouring right into our bunker. We need to save our supplies. Okay, save the radio because it's the only thing I can save. Is everything else just gone? No. Perfect. Day 25. Well, that was lucky. The shelter filled with water pretty rapidly, and we were certain we were going to drown. With our heads barely above the water, we weren't even able to open the hatch and escape. Before we could start considering the worst, the water level started to drop. We are fine, save for the mess, we need to deal with it. Okay, they need something to eat and drink. Okay, and nobody can go outside because they are just too tired to do anything. Day 26. Dolores would really like to eat something, yes? Nope. Let's prepare for an expedition, maybe they have better tomorrow. Shine your boots and hoist the flag. The army is on the radio again. They are telling us to get our flashlight ready to signal the aircraft. It will be flying over our area later this evening. If they see our light, they'll know where to look for us. Yeah, I don't have a flashlight, so... shit. Why are they so long, so tired? The stinklet has to wait. Besides, do they even know how much flashlight batteries cost? Especially in this economy. Especially after it was wiped out. Ah, we can send Dolores out and give her the gun, I guess. Day 28. Ted looks better right now. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. You maniacs, you blew it up. Ah, damn you. Damn you all to hell. That's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up their barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. I want cake. But nothing to do. Day 29. Memories or not, we need to keep our heads clear and get a grip on reality ahead of us. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. I think he can survive until tomorrow. The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans and that unmentionable bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attracting strangely glowing, suspiciously big insect wildlife. Roaches weren't that big before the war, were they? Let's take the spray, the poison spray, and kill all those cockroaches. Day 30. That was close. A nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out into the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches? Yikes! Okay, so we lost the spray. And give him food and water. The other day we heard a quiet knock on our door, but when we opened we only found a suitcase on the doorstep and there was no one around. It is signed, but it sure looks like it's meant for us. Should we check what's inside? Hell yeah! Maybe there's a flashlight so I can give the military some kind of signal. Ted is hurt. Great. Damn it! The gift was booby-trapped. There was nothing inside besides some junk. And as soon as we opened the suitcase, it exploded. Is anybody hurt? Yeah, Ted. I don't have a medkit. Shit. A gang of thugs started banging on our door, ordering us to surrender and give up all of our supplies. How do we respond to these scumbags? Lock ourselves in, I guess. That's what we have the padlock for. And I unlocked 2 achievements. Great, and the padlock is gone. We were able to fight off the bandits this time, but there's no guarantee they won't come back. We need to be prepared at all times. We didn't think that a small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seems that they gave this whole break in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock is no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off the bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. Those soup barbarians. Hate them. We wish we could just leave. Sitting down here with barely anything to do is driving us crazy. Yeah, where's Dolores? Ah, there she is. Day 33. And she's sick. Great. Hopefully the time to leave will come soon. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Okay, did you bring something? 1 can of soup, 2 cans of 2 water bottles. And give her something. Both are sick, so I think someone may die. This morning we were surprised to find a letter on our doorstep. It was not signed and it contained a location and a time for meeting tonight. And a few sentences. It said things like, "We are friendly, come unarmed, send 1 person." We have no idea who could send that, but we are guessing this is our chance to find out. Are we sending someone? Yes, Ted, go outside. I hope it's something good. He's back at least. The meeting was organized by twin siblings and brother and a sister, who took it upon themselves to scout the remains of the city looking for trustworthy and decent people. They seemed honest about their intentions and we are more than happy to meet them again. They said they know where to find us and they are going to contact us if they need some help. Okay. Day 34, so nothing to eat. bandits are around. Running into them would be a big mistake. Okay, so I'm not going to scavenge. A gang of thugs started banging on our door, ordering us to surrender, so the soup-eating barbarians are back. So let's take the weapon and shot them in the face. Did I hit him? I broke the weapon. Great. We were able to defend our home this time. What if they come back? That spare ammo we brought came in handy. Okay. Our trusty old rifle helped us fight, but now it's just a piece of junk. This is no good. So I lost my ammunition and my weapon. Great. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Give them food and soup. Soup and water. We are almost certain there are bandits around. Yeah, I can't go out. And random notes. Day 36. I hope the military is coming soon. We are done fighting, but for how long? Okay. Still bandits running around. We were able to catch a military broadcast, and I still don't have a flashlight to glow in the dark and give them some signals. Day 37. Still alive. 1 month and 7 days. Nice. The signal has to wait. Besides, do they even know how much flashlight batteries cost? Especially in this economy. Especially after it was wiped out. Yep. Nothing to eat and drink. Judging by the sound of gunfire and screams, it seems like a band of thugs has taken control of the area. Going out could be very risky, yeah, so don't go out. And I don't have something to defend myself. All hands on deck, there are people on the other side of the door, and they don't seem too friendly. In fact, they have promised us the painful death at least 17 times already, and it's only been 5 minutes since they arrived. We'd better be prepared. They'll be forcing that door open any minute now. Okay, I don't have anything, so I guess we'll let them in and pray. Who shot? Dolores! No! Oh no! Instead of murdering us all and robbing our supplies like we expected them to do, the bandits grabbed Dolores and pulled her out of the shelter, kicking and screaming. Damn you bandits, Dolores will make you pay for this. We are sure of it. Yeah, kick some asses. Okay, still bandits running around. Our supplies are scarce and our morale is low. You can almost smell the desperation in the shelter. We are pretty sure there's a small group of survivors nearby. Mostly old folks from the retirement home. It shouldn't be hard to borrow some of their supplies. They are old anyway, and we need them more, right? I guess so. Ted is so lonely. And there was another bullet. Invading these old people was a horrible idea. As soon as we approached their hideout, we heard their horrible battle cries. Is that how you treat your grandma, young man? You should be ashamed. We quickly went back to the shelter, and now nobody wants to talk about it. It's probably for the best. Yeah. Okay, bandits still outside. And random notes. Day 40. I think that's good. Ted is sick. Nice. Our real location is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. Is he talking to himself? Let's give him soup and water. Judging by the sound of gunfire, okay, still bandits outside. Just when we thought we might have a quiet day, we got invaded. A group of bandits is on the other side of the door, demanding we walk out hands in the air or they will get in the hard way. That doesn't sound too good. What do we do? Nothing. And they shot me. Shit. We thought these bandits would just kill us all, but instead they grabbed Ted and took him away at gunpoint. We hope nothing bad will happen to him. Yeah, I heard the gun. Okay, so we survived for 41 days. I think that's okay for the first time? I don't know. And it doesn't seem like the military come any soon. Next time I think I need all of my family members, and the flashlight and the map and whatever else I can find in my room, so I can survive even longer until the military is coming. But that's going to be in the next episode, so don't forget to tell a friend about the guy in the red suit!